Gnacops News. Gnacops begin stakeholders engagement on educational support plan for private education as part of collective commitment to ensure that every child is supported to access quality education. The leadership of Ghana National Council of Private Schools, Gnacops, in partnership with Saham Life Insurance and West Insurance Brokers, is putting measures in place, proactive measures to support private educational systems to adequately respond to the emerging demands of education. The project is set to develop policies and programs that is focused on children in the private education sector in ways that support them to access education to an appreciable level. At the stakeholder engagement to discuss policies and plans to support all private schools children in Ghana on the 3rd of September 2021, the National Director for Research and Training, Dr. Jekte Mante, revealed that Ghana's liberalization of the education sector has made the private sector contribute immensely to the national development agenda. He said, while the government of Ghana has played a significant role in the past decades in financing and promoting education, it has been heavily complemented by the private sector. Dr. Mante stated that over the years, providing private education in Ghana has been in the form of church or mission schools, home schools, and commercially built private schools for both non-profit and profit purposes. He further stated that private schools in Ghana have become a force to reckon with in terms of providing training and holistic education for the teeming infants, adolescents, and adults in the primary, secondary, and tertiary level schools in Ghana. Their contributions, therefore, is a pivot to the development of education in the country.
Do you know why they reported him to the social welfare? Because as soon as the child went to the hospital, he should have notified the school. Does it happen in Ghana here? So you realize there's no strict enforcement. We just quote. We quote according to this, according to article this, according to that, but nobody enforces it. Then we realize the government interventions on education favors mostly the children in public schools. If you're in private school, it's assumed that because your parents are poor. I know most of you, this is the first time you're hearing that 75% of children in private schools are in low-fee paying schools. That's the first time you're hearing that there are schools which have been established and manned by the headmaster, who is a GHS graduate.
The Principal Programs Officer from the Ministry of Education at the Pre-Tertiary Directorate of the Ministry of Education, Mr. Isaac Ataba, in his speech declared that the Ministry of Education and other corporate organizations are highly aware of the active complementary role played by private schools at all levels of education delivery in Ghana. The ministry is therefore committed in engaging all stakeholders in the provision of education to discuss how their operations can be sustained to contribute to the private sector pre-tertiary education in particular and the holistic education of the Ghanaian child in general. Of special interest is how to deliberate on effective ways the government and managers of private schools can contribute to the realization of Goal 4 of the SDGs. He praised private schools for the role being played and reveals that the report on basic statistics and planning parameters for basic education in Ghana 2015-2016 commissioned by the Ministry of Education indicates that 95% of creches in Ghana are owned by private entities, 54% of kindergartens are privately owned, 32% privately owned primary schools, and 32% of junior high schools are also privately owned. Mr. Enoch Kwesi Jetua, the National Executive of Gnacops, in his opening remarks noted that the research conducted by the Ghana National Council of Private Schools institutions are over 2.3 million in about 5,000 schools across the country. The enrollment in private school is significantly increasing as most parents look for the best of training and quality education for their children. He was of the view that as the choice of school is not inhibited, most parents base their decisions on what the schools can offer in terms of quality education and holistic training to make their choice. A lot of parents sacrifice financially to enroll their children to private schools. It is obvious that parents' involvement is necessary for children's learning, outcomes in school, and their future goals. He added that among the numerous reasons why parents select a private school include teacher-to-student ratio, small class size, conducive learning environment, quality teaching delivery, disciplined environment, sense of security for their children, high moral standards, as well as high opportunity to participate in extracurricular activities even if there are not any academic advantages. He was therefore of the view that inasmuch as competitive education is essential for a better future, parents should not forget education based on only examination and certification may not always guarantee a good career in today's competitive job market.
Like indicator 3, the role of private education sector. So you have to look at the performance indicator is saying that portfolio duty dimensions, enrollment. How do you envisage the number of students in the private? You can use aggregate numbers. I know some of you, your schools here, you have over 800, 400, 300. So you can put all of them together and strike an average and you know. But free information is that the latest information we had from the Registrar General Department indicates that we have over 23,000 private schools. Last 2 years, we were around 22,000. COVID came, you were crying, but some new schools have been emerged. Or others have also decided to register their school because during the pandemic, because of the cutback support, all schools were asked to go and register so that they can apply for almighty MBSSI loan, 20 Ghana.
Mrs. Gifty Amafiagbe, the Chief Executive Officer of Saham Life Insurance, advised on collective effort with regards to training in schools and went on by saying the absence of a support mechanism in children education does not only affect the child and parents but the entire nation. Saham Life is an insurance company that is involved in stakeholder management to fit any institution, and their packages are on life insurance, financial planning, retirement, investment, and a lot more as such. Saham is a form of support mechanism that is geared towards helping stakeholders. The vision of Saham is to protect, assist, and care for customers for a better future. In a statement she made, Saham believes in tomorrow and the tomorrow of every child is important. As she continued her presentation, she mentioned that Saham is collaborating with the Wisdom Insurance Brokers to bring a long-lasting solution to the emerging problems in the form of provision of an educational insurance package. Concluding her presentation, she emphasized that Saham is ready to assist all private schools with guaranteed support.
Life Insurance Ghana is the only company that has insured over 300,000 students in the second cycle and tertiary levels and provided for an uninterrupted education by paying school fees and maintenance allowance through the education and welfare policy. There's a saying, local policy, coming as of the one to man. That's it. Develop a guarantee solution that provides a continuous education plan of a pupils in private school to ensure the completion of that level of education by paying the school fees and maintenance allowance to ease the financial burden of parents, guardians in every private school.
This is Ajwa Pinaman Aqua, Managing Director, West Insurance Brokers. Insurance companies are available to provide support to schools and urged participants of the program to come on board for the best packages. She went ahead and expressed their expertise in insurance and risk management and has professionals who are well trained in insurance to provide support and advice to benefit stakeholders. Insurance brokers assist clients in the choice of specific insurance that will meet their needs, and she concluded by encouraging everyone to get an insurance package in order to concentrate on their work and leave the rest to the experts to assist with.
Or more discounts by using the platform. So you don't need to drive. Even when you are stuck in the middle of traffic by the police that your auto insurance is due, right there, you click on it, you buy it and you show it to the police officer and then you move your car, rather than giving you a tip. So we want to make it easy for all the member schools to have some value. And I think Gnacops has done a good job by bringing us on board. So we'll send these links to you. When you have a claim, when there's anything, I remember at the last program, somebody mentioned that a child fell into a well or something. They were struggling with the insurance company to get a compensation. Something like that, you go to that platform, you put his name, it comes straight to our office. We have a 24-hour call center service that will call you back, get the details, we follow up for you. The insurance company will pay what is due. And the good thing is that at the end of the month, I'm not going to send you a bill to say pay me. Angels Academy, for the services we have provided, at the end of this month, you have to pay me $1 cedi. No, it has been taken care of. So we want everybody, every member of Gnacops to hook onto that platform, use it with ease, get the services we are providing for you, and then you know that we have come to give you value for money.
Lawyer Kweku Odami Asante of Tom Aqua and Associates. Taking care of my children through school has made me appreciate education more and the efforts teachers are putting to train my children. He continued that there are crises that could happen to a school and parents may sue the school for causing harm to their children through these crises, mentioning that there is a need to insure commercial properties to save one from unforeseen circumstances. He went on to say that there is the need to ensure public liability insurance because there is a saying, the ignorance of the law is not an excuse. In a nutshell, he advised owners of schools to do well and get insurance on their properties to avoid liabilities in future.
So there are two concepts I want to explain this morning. The concept of public liability insurance and then property liability insurance. I'll just look at public liability. These two sometimes are treated the same in certain jurisdictions, in certain countries, they also treat them separately. What I'm saying is, when we say public liability, basically we are talking about places that are considered public places. There are some liabilities that come with it. So I just gave you a gist of it. A school is considered a public place because everybody or anybody may be able to enter that certain place. Malls and other places are public places. If somebody gets injured in that premises by virtue of the negligence or defects in the structure, the person has a right to sue. And I'll focus on schools. If I take my child to school, and by virtue of a defect in the desk, I have a right to sue the school for that damage caused to my child. And those of you who have had this experience before, I'm sure one or two of you have had parents, especially if you have a litigant, not a lawyer, a litigant. What I mean is that will be a permanent. A little thing, on my school platform. And sometimes when the school puts announcement there, some parents, it's like everything they have an issue about. And they'll be talking. I want to do this kind of argument. The school make this arrangement, they will come and almost everything they have a problem with. So when you have people like that, you are in trouble. The later thing that happens to you, they may sue you and you may be in trouble. And issues of negligence comes with a lot of cost. I will explain that as I go on. Now, when I come to commercial property insurance, I am talking that one has nothing to do or is not really associated with someone. It is for your benefit. Because in Ghana here, you know the problems that we go through with flooding and all that. That is to ensure the school structure through flood, fire, and all that, burglary and other things. That is to protect your building. Because of the challenges we are facing of flooding and other things in our nation, we are looking at it.
All indications point to the fact that the educational well-being of the Ghanaian child is as equally important as the infrastructure development of a nation. Educating a child today is an assurance of a great nation tomorrow. The opposite comes with its diverse consequences. In the light of this, Gnacops, in partnership with Saham Life Insurance and Western Insurance Brokers, are championing policies to ensure that each and every Ghanaian child would have unhindered access to good and quality education regardless of their financial and psychosocial circumstances they find themselves. This will be in the form of well-meaning policy for paying fees as well as scholarship schemes where the need be.